You've found Find Your Flock, Season 2. I'm Dr. Sandra Clavijo. Join me as we hear how students turn curiosity into careers that make an impact. Today's guest is an ME undergrad and master's graduate, plus she got her MBA at Stevens. Please welcome Maria Manoussakis to Find Your Flock.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Awesome. So I know we know each other, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself to get started?
Yeah, so I am from Wyckoff, New Jersey, Northern Jersey. Came from big family, three sisters, one dog, two parents. And I came to Stevens right after I graduated high school, and I was doing an undergrad in mechanical engineering. And then I pursued a dual master's degree. I was doing a master's in mechanical engineering as well as an MBA. And right now I am working at Legrand, which is a digital company that makes different various digital infrastructure products. I'm working as an operations leadership development associate in an early career program. And I'm currently working in West Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, excellent. So not far away, but a little bit far away.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Awesome. So what inspired you to stay for the dual MBA and ME master's degree program?
Yeah, I mean, it was a combination of a lot of personal things going on at the moment. You know, we were coming right out of the pandemic, and I felt that I didn't entirely know what I wanted to do yet. I didn't really feel ready to kind of enter the real world. So the MBA was kind of a great option to give myself a really well-rounded education. Having the MBA was, or pursuing the MBA rather, was a great addition to the engineering degree because they actually complement each other really well. So it was really great to kind of do both of those at the same time. And I was also a TA, which was really great, kind of complementing what I was doing there, which was awesome.
That's amazing. Um, Thinking about your new position in the leadership development program, what drew you to that kind of role over some of the other roles that you were considering?
Yeah, I knew I wanted something engineering, but I also knew I wanted to integrate a lot of what I had learned in my business classes. I learned a lot about management, about leadership, and that was something I really enjoyed learning about. And I wanted to kind of practice in real life and kind of see where that intersection of engineering and business is. So this program that I'm currently in is really great because operations is kind of like the perfect intersection of the both. You're kind of like an engineering manager in a manufacturing environment. And there's a lot of crossover in there. And I'm learning a lot, both about engineering and also just about being a leader in the company, which is really awesome.
That's awesome. Do you think back to any favorite classes or professors or projects that help prepare you for what you're doing now?
Oh my gosh. I mean, the biggest one that kind of propelled me to even the MBA and where I am right now was MGT 103. And I know we're both a little biased because, you know, I was a teaching assistant for 3 years for MGT 103, but that was a really big class that kind of reframed my thinking of problem solving. And it made me realize how engineering is a really great tool for a lot of problem solving and a lot of solutions, but we tend to jump to the solution. So it was a really great class to kind of teach us how to move backwards, how to start from the beginning and kind of build towards that. And even in the manufacturing environment right now, like that's what we do a lot of, super applicable. So MGT 103 was there definitely. I loved senior design. I think we got to work on a really cool project. I loved IDE, which, you know, Professor Clavio was my professor, so a little biased there, but I loved that class. I had a lot of great professors. I, I don't even know where to start with that, but I can't remember a bad professor that I had. I had loved Professor Fontaine. She was great. Um, Favorite classes anymore? I loved all of them. I know that's cheesy, but I had a lot of great classes that really taught me a lot.
That's awesome. So thinking about our current students that are trying to figure out what to do, uh, coming to Stevens, majoring, industries, what advice would you give to a current Stevens student who's curious about maybe combining engineering and master's degrees or engineering with a business side? Any advice that you could give these students?
Oh my gosh, there's so much, so much. The biggest thing I probably would have told myself when I was a freshman is you don't have to have it all figured out right at the beginning. Um, and a lot of trial and error. I think I'm a strong believer that you learn a lot more from not so good experiences compared to good ones. And the reason I say that is because I kind of came into Stevens undecided with engineering. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And at one point, right after freshman year, I said, I'm going to do biomedical engineering. That is what I'm going to do. I was like dead set on it. I just wanted to help people with their health. That was it. Um, that summer, then I tried an internship and I was like, oh, I'm doing this. This is it. And after that summer, I was like, this is not for me. This is not what I want. This is not what I'm good at. This is not where I should be. And honestly, that was the best thing that could have happened to me because learning that it wasn't where I wanted to be really helped me focus on where I thought I should be. And that was what ultimately led me to do mechanical engineering. And also with the MBA, I was doing during the pandemic, I was started a little small business for fun, and I just realized I really liked the idea of being in that business mindset, being a leader, being a manager, combining finances, all of that stuff. So I would tell students, you don't need to have it all figured out right at the beginning. Um, an MBA isn't just, business classes. I mean, there's so many different aspects to an MBA that you don't really think about. There's management, that's a huge one about working with people in all different areas. We do that in engineering too, but in business, it's more of from a leadership perspective, which is really awesome. And yeah, yep.
That's awesome. And finally, I know I helped prepare you for a pitch competition in IDE 401. Now I want to hear your best pitch for why someone should choose mechanical engineering at Stevens.
Mechanical engineering at Stevens, my best pitch. If you want to be challenged, if you want to be supported, if you want to have opportunities, then mechanical engineering at Stevens is where you should be. The amount of support you have from your professors, um, the challenges you'll be faced. I mean, if we're talking about mechanical, the nice thing about mechanical engineering is you do a little bit of everything. So it's not like you're hyper focused on one thing. So it was, if you want to learn about a lot of different things compared to one thing, then that's where you should be. I think it really prepared me for where I am today. And I use a lot of what I learned from the program.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. It was great to catch up with you. I'm so happy and proud to see somebody that I personally have taught be so successful. I just really want to thank you for joining us and sharing your experiences here today. This is going to wrap up our first episode of season 1 of Find Your Flock. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode and follow along as we interview more of our students that have recently graduated. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Find Your Flock Season 2. I'm Dr. Sandra Clavijo. Thanks for joining us as we help future ducks find their path at Stevens. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, and share this episode with a future duck.